Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stewart Buzz, or whatever the hell the name of it is. I am Chris, and Esther is right here. Say hi, Esther.
Hi, Esther.
Yeah. We are here today to talk about numerous things. One of them is, do you remember what it was, the first one?
Yes, about how many times has someone started over in their life?
So how many times have you, as an adult or a young adult, like Esther's a young adult has decided to start over? You know, you start over in the life. And I guess what I kind of mean in a way, hey, Chris, you can always see if somebody's walking in the store, by the way. No. You can see if there is. Do you need glasses or binoculars? So anyway, so you know how like in the beginning, I'm sure Chris have dealt with this too. You start off doing something. So what did you do while you were at college?
I worked retail, which was absolutely awful. And then I worked at a gym.
Okay, you worked at retail and a gym.
Yep.
All right, great. What did you do at the gym?
I was like a front desk person. I would show people tours and sign people up for the gym.
So you'd show them tours how to use the equipment?
No, I'd show them everything that we offer.
Did you know how? Well, how do you know what you offer if you don't know how it works?
What do you mean? Who said I didn't know how to work?
You just said that you don't. Well, do you know how all the equipment worked?
How well it worked?
No, how it all works.
Well, yeah, of course. But, I didn't go, I'm not a trainer. I didn't go and show them how it works. I just showed them what we had to offer.
I see. And what did, and this was with what, Planet Fitness or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So the no judgment zone.
Yeah.
So you could be 500 pounds, 600 pounds, 700 pounds,
exactly.
Or you could be 10 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. No
10
judgment.
Pounds. I mean, I don't think a 10-pound person would be there. But, what do I know?
So you said, okay, I'm going to show you what we offer.
Yeah.
But I don't use it and I don't know how.
Okay, first of all, those are the things that you said. Yes, I did work out at that gym. I actually got a free membership.
Do you get a free membership if you work there?
Yes, you do if you work there.
I find that to be an insult.
Why?
Well, because why am I not getting a free membership?
Because you didn't work there.
That's factual.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I pay for it now. Because I don't work there any longer. That was just, a job.
You pay for it now, but you don't go.
No, I really need to get back to it. I really do.
So Chris, he's sitting in front of us. He's with his son. And Chris goes to Planet Fitness, I think it's one every other month. He does. And it's the time where they bring out the pizza.
They don't do that anymore.
Is that right? Really?
They don't do that anymore.
Do you know why?
I think they just don't want to pay for it, to be quite honest.
Did you know that Planet Fitness did that? No. They would bring out 30 pies.
First Monday of every month.
And they would have everybody eat pie. They want them to get fat, so you stay at the gym.
Actually, I know what the real reason for that was. It was actually because of Hurricane Katrina, and it was a shelter for people way back when. That's what the manager told me.
Right, okay.
So
there are little munchkins that run around and clean the machinery too, right?
No, we had a cleaning person.
Oh, you weren't that person?
No.
Why?
Because that wasn't in my job description.
Oh, I see. And you would only do things that are in your job description. You wouldn't go above your job description.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Why?
Because I was in college and really didn't care.
Is your phone making noises?
Yeah, it was vibrating, but it's okay.
Why does your phone vibrate?
I mean, we're doing a podcast. I put it on vibrate right now.
Oh, I thought you might have put it on silent.
No.
Who was that was calling? Do we need to call them back?
No. We're fine. It's a girl if you're
The girl cop. Is she hot?
It's not a girl cop.
Okay.
But yes, my friend is hot.
Okay.
Who just called.
Okay.
Huh?
So So seriously, so you after you worked at Planet Fitness, because that's a really grueling job.
Oh,
That's
it
a
was
really
awful.
tough job.
I hated
Oh
it.
my God, it's awful.
I know. It was so hard.
Just really, I mean, even just walking into the locker room, it's just like,
I just couldn't deal with people. Like,
right, because you can't deal with people now.
no, I can't, to be honest.
So, okay, so after that, you went to college, correct?
Yeah, I went to college.
Okay, and what you went to college for, do you do now?
No.
Do you know anybody that went to college and does what they do for a living that they went to college for?
My sister,
Well, that's an exception, I'm sure.
my brother.
No, your brother's not doing what he did when he went to college, no.
I mean, not yet. I mean, he kind of is.
No, he's not.
What do you mean? He's
We
working
can
at a
call
law
him.
firm. He's, he doesn't need to be disturbed right now.
But I think he does.
No,
I'd like to disturb him.
no. You could disturb anyone else. Actually, no, I take that back. Don't
What do you mean you take that back?
disturb my people.
My people.
My people.
Oh, so you have a harem of people now.
I mean, not that many, but like a few.
Okay, good. Now, so you don't. I don't really know a lot of people. Hey, Chris, did you go to college? Yeah. Okay, to go
To get more knowledge.
Do you do what you did when you went to college? So I what I guess what I'm saying is that, like, my son went to college for music. He is now some sort of manager or something for the Long Island Railroad.
That's like a big deal.
It's a big deal, but it has nothing to do with music. The college to me is a waste of money. But you know what? Apparently, you have to go to college to get a job.
These days, yes, unfortunately.
Why?
Couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm a recruiter and I hire people for a living, but
And did they have to go to college?
yeah, for most positions, yeah.
How the hell did you get to be a recruiter? It just.
I asked myself that when I first started.
I'm a recruiter. Why? I have no idea. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Believe it or not, I was actually good at talking to people.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're a personable individual.
I would hope so.
You are.
I mean, otherwise I wouldn't have my career that I do.
Well, with all
it's been
due
like
respect,
10 years. I'm getting old, Chris.
Yes, you're very old.
This is the problem.
But with all due respect, I don't think these people see you.
Now they don't. Ever since COVID, they don't anymore. Not in like 5 years.
Okay, so how come you don't FaceTime them or Zoom them?
Because I don't need to. That's what.
So why did you need to see them before COVID? We'll shut your ass right up then.
I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, it's a different company that I work for now, but I don't know. Before COVID, that was the thing. You come to the office, I get you to the hiring manager, you meet with the hiring manager, and, I'm the one who makes you your offer or disqualify you.
So on what grounds do you disqualify people other than not passing a P test? Would you pass a P test?
Yes.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yes, I would. I don't do drugs. I can't. I'm in the healthcare industry. I can't do that. Why are you laughing?
No, I thought you were going to say that you were a felon. But I know you're not a felon.
I'm not even a misdemeanor-y, whatever you call it.
Misdemeanor-y?
Yeah, it's a word I just created. I'm not a misdemeanor.
Okay, so
I'm not a criminal. Let's just put it that.
You're not well, you are a criminal. Yes, very much so.
How?
But everything about you is criminal. I mean, like you do really bad things. You lift up your top. You show people.
Okay, that was one time.
Do you want to retract that?
No. No, it honestly was one time.
One time.
One time.
One time.
Yeah, to people. I was at a concert and They said something about areolas, and they called me out on a microphone. So I just,
They were talking to a girl named Ariana, and she was doing the thing. You were just drunk, and you didn't understand. You said areola.
Drunk. I was like down. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, here you go.
Okay, that's fantastic. So
My parents did not think so, but.
your parents know now. I called them.
Oh no, don't worry. I told them. I shared it in the group chat. At least they like censored my my areolas out,
That's very nice.
And put like free the nipple. It kind of made it a
all right,
classy.
we're not supposed to talk about that kind of stuff.
Sorry.
Hey, Chris, if you can get my sister and the family that are in the store and bring them in here because my sister's in there, that would be fun. So, so the second portion of this podcast was going to be talking about what? Do you remember?
Nope.
You do remember.
No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I remember. Okay, yeah, we were going to turn it around on you and ask, have you ever started over in your life?
Well, no, that's the same topic. But what was after that topic?
So apparently I'm going to a sweat lodge tonight. My friend invited me.
So here's the thing. First of all, I've started over numerous times, but I've always been in the hospitality industry. Now, get this. When I was trying to make ends meet, when I was married, I was a professional clown.
Yeah, okay.
Ask my sister. She'll tell you when she comes in here. Now, not only that, but I was also a professional magician.
Okay, the magician part, like, I get, but the clown part, like, come on.
I was dressed up as a clown and everything with my cousin Cindy, and we did kids' parties.
Did you make good money?
Yeah, and with the kids' parties, the last straw was when we did it to the Boy Scouts, and they were so obnoxious, I walked up to the leader of the Boy Scouts and I said, clearly you can't control your kids, I'm leaving. And I left. I said, you know what, screw you, I don't need you, goodbye. Mm-hmm. And I left because the kids were like unsupervised, they were boneheads, all that other weird stuff. So it doesn't really take that long for my sister to...
Wait, is that actually your sister, or are you just messing with me?
No, that's my sister. I'm telling the guy to go inside there.
What is he doing?
I told him, now he's touching his toes. He's mooning everybody on the outside. I'm looking at it right now. There's no way that he told my sister. So, I mean, honestly, why the hell... This is just so bizarre. What? Why would he not tell my sister?
Dead.
No.
No, you don't think so? You think he just like lied to you about
Watch. Let me do this.
it? Call him or talking to like the camera.
Can you please come to the store that I showed you before? Because apparently Chris doesn't know to do that. Oh, now there's other people in there.
Guess you got to go, Chris.
I'm not going.
I'm not.
No, you're going.
No, I'm not. I'm a reader. I can't help them.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to talk about not the sweat lodge. Mm-hmm. You're going to talk about you being a millennial and how difficult it is about being a millennial. There's the camera, because I know you tend to forget where you are. So there's the camera. Do not shut off anything.
Okay.
Continue the process.
Okay.
And what it's like about a Gen Z, because I know you know some Gen Z people, and versus millennial. Got it?
How about we take a pause it, and then we'll come back to it. We'll have a very long discussion about it.
We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, we are back, and we are in... I hear voices from beyond. Anyway, it's funny because we can hear the voices in here, but the microphone won't pick it up.
Oh, okay. So it would just look like a bunch of crazy.
Just like I wouldn't pick up what she's saying over there.
Okay.
So anyway, we were on the discussion before the sweat lodge that she's going to. It's called the Jewish Sweat Lodge, by the way.
I mean, no,
And
that's not what it's called.
Only Jewish people are allowed to go there.
That's not what it's
and you know, they have bagel and lox and all that
hope
other
so.
stuff and matzo ball and the whole thing is going to be
That's
inside the sweat lodge. And they all apparently become naked and they sit in the sweat lodge and they talk about Yenta stuff. That's what they do. But we're going to get into that in a little while. But so the difference between the Gen Z and the difference between, for instance, a millennial like yourself, do you find there to be a vast difference in the personalities between a Gen Z and a millennial? Now, I know there's a vast difference between a baby boomer, which I am, and a Gen Z.
Oh, yeah.
But not necessarily, because I did read the characteristics of a millennial, and I read them this morning. And the characteristics,
hear this.
the characteristics of millennial is my son's age, by the way, and
34.
that would be somebody who is more organized, somebody who is work driven, or wants to be work driven, is money oriented, who wants to be able to save, who wants, have their ducks in a row, are a little bit more organized and a little bit more compassionate about what they do for a living than a Gen Z. Now, a Gen Z, and we can differ on this, and that's okay, but a Gen Z is one who wants to make $50, $60 an hour and do nothing and work 4 days a week and then sit on the beach for the rest of the time, or just travel the country and maybe get odd jobs somewhere and actually be a free spirit. So that's the difference between the two that I read. What is the difference between the two that you know? Because you're a millennial.
I am a millennial, yes.
So you know Gen Zs.
I do. My brother and sister are Gen Z.
What is the difference between your brother and sister and yourself? Other than you throwing up in the bathroom floor.
One time. One
sorry.
time, I think.
Okay, you think. Yeah, she can't remember the other times. So that's okay. But what is the difference between your work ethic? Let's go with that, because I really think that's really important.
Work ethic. Like at my 9 to 5, you mean?
I think that your work ethic is good. So I just I want to know what you think your work ethic is different from the Gen Z crowd.
I mean, I feel like my brother and sister, who I'll use as examples, I think they do a lot more than I did, or than I do currently. I personally feel like they're a little bit more driven because they've known what they wanted to do for like ever. But I guess not all Gen Zs are like that.
That's correct. Not all Gen Zs are like that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there are Gen Zs that are very work-oriented.
Yes.
Very balanced, very cool people. I would agree with you on that. But on a whole, this is like the zodiac signs, okay? They're bunched together.
Do you believe in that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I think it's profiling. So I also think that Gen Zs and millennials and baby boomers and all that is profiling. You got to go by the individual. All right. So I'm a baby boomer. The lady sitting in the audience right here, are you a baby? You're not a baby boomer. I don't think so. I thought there was baby boomers, and then I don't know what's in between that. But I believe my father's generation was, you stay with one job for your entire life, you retire, and that's it. Mine is you go through a few jobs to better yourself.
What's considered a few jobs?
2, 3
Like in life?
in life.
That's like, wow. That's not a lot. I don't consider that to be a lot.
No, it's not. And my father is typically, you stay in one job your whole life.
Like one company?
I'm going to ask somebody in the audience. You will not be able to hear them, but I'm going to ask them. your father, how many jobs did he have in his entire life working for separate companies? He said 2 jobs.
2 jobs.
2 jobs. My father had 2 jobs. One being self-employed, doing side work, and one being in heavy construction on Long Island. And he was loyal to his people. That's just the way it is. What? Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's talking about Calvin Klein being sold or something like that. I can't hear her. As long as you can.
Yeah. So
Let her.
from my understanding, you said that your dad had 2 jobs, and one of them he retired from because Calvin Klein closed, and that's the first place that he worked for. And then what was the next place he worked for? And then he stayed home until your mother wanted to kill him. And then he went back to work for Ralph Lauren. Okay, so what did he do for Calvin Klein and Ralph Lauren? What was his job title? A pattern maker?
So a pattern maker. So that's somebody who makes patterns.
Really? I had no idea. I couldn't have gotten that.
I'm helping out because I know that, so, yeah, no one can hear you. So, but this is not going to happen because now we can't hear you. So, your dad.
My dad, yes.
How many jobs did he have? 20?
No, I mean, well, they were the ones before I was born. So does that count? Or like, no? Or is it just like
As
when
an adult,
I've known
as an
it?
adult man? Well, when you came out of the womb, you didn't know what your dad was doing. I can guess that.
No, but like, I don't know. I'd say maybe like 3 jobs.
Okay. And he left those jobs to better himself, or he left those jobs because he got fired because he was doing drugs?
First of all, my dad does not do drugs.
Well,
He was
I
a
didn't say that
businessman.
he was.
No, but I think he did something very similar to what you did. He left and he worked for himself.
Okay, cool. The difference now with millennials is they'll work like 5 jobs. But the millennials will work 5 jobs because they got this job and they reached their plateau. They can't get any higher.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're going to go to another job, and then you start at the bottom and you work your way all the way up. And you become like vice president or you become whatever. And then they want to go to another job because they only want to better themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The Gen Z is happy to be down here, work as little hours and as less. And dude, I'm not putting the Gen Z crowd down. This has been told to me by Gen Z people that they just want to survive. They don't want to cause any problems with anybody. They just want to live. That's what they were told. And I have a very cool girl named Sam, person named Sam, wants to just, live and survive. And some of them just want to move around the country and find different towns to work in and live their life that way.
But like, how do you make money?
They work in little odd jobs. To me, I couldn't do that because I need structure.
Doing that.
And how do you do a family like that?
I mean, I honestly, I can't figure that out.
So what is your next step as a millennial?
Man. My next step? You're supposed to tell me that. You're the psychic over here.
No, we don't. The psychic thing is aside from the Stuart Buzz.
What is my next step? Man, I don't know. I guess I'm still trying to figure that out.
Will you do this for the rest of your life?
What, recruiting?
Yeah. It's paying you.
It is, but I don't think it's something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'd like to either one of 2 things,
Yeah, right. Get married.
Work
have the
up
white
the
picket
corporate.
fence.
Oh, imagine. Yeah, that sounds so dreamy. Work up the the corporate ladder and hopefully, get other titles.
Why can you not work up the corporate ladder, what you're doing right now?
I mean, I can. I can, but,
You do have a boss, right?
I do have a boss.
Okay,
He's
so
pretty
why
awesome.
can't you be the boss's boss?
Why can't I be the boss's boss?
Yeah.
Because the boss's boss is like chief of human resources.
Yeah, and what? You're not good enough?
I mean, I don't want to do chief of human resources.
Why?
That's like a lot of crap you got to deal with.
Hence, millennial. Okay? A baby boomer. So when I was the director of engineering, I wanted to teach the guy that was working with me. I never say for me because they were working with me. Everything that I knew so he can take my job so I can move up. That's just the way it works. Why wouldn't you want that top job? Because it's a lot of work? That's a cop-out.
Probably. But I didn't expect to be in this field, I guess.
And what field did you expect to be in? Like clown school? Did you want to go to clown school?
No, I wanted to be in law enforcement.
Oh, yeah.
Still haven't done that yet.
So instead of being in law enforcement, you decided to be part of law enforcement.
I mean, I needed a way to be.
You're involved with law enforcement.
No, I am not anymore.
Well, let me see your wrists. Okay, yeah, the marks are gone. So apparently that means that you are ready to become part of... So why can't you become part of law enforcement now?
I mean, I can.
But?
I can.
Can you pass the test?
Which one?
The psychological.
I mean, first of all, you have to pass the written exam. Well, it's not really written. It's like done on a computer.
No, back in the day when I was here, I took the sheriff's test.
Oh, yeah? Did you pass?
I wrote my name right. That's about as far as I got.
Oh, boy.
No, this was, you're talking about the 1980s. But my father knew somebody was a sheriff and they got me in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I sucked at that. I suck at taking tests too.
Oh, me too. I think I have to study for it, but I haven't.
Even if I studied for it, I wouldn't remember it. So I just sucked. So anyway, do you think that you can pass the test now? And if you do think that you can pass both the physical, mental, and written test, then why don't you do it? If that is your passion, or do you just want to carry a gun around?
Oh, no, I don't just want to carry a gun around. I used to be terrified of guns.
Okay.
I'm not so much anymore because I've shot one a few times.
Oh, no doubt. At people.
No, not at people. In the woods. In the woods. In the back of my friend's ranch, yeah.
What are you doing in the woods?
My friend had a ranch and she was teaching me how to shoot.
In the woods?
Yes.
Where's that?
Oh, gosh. It was way far out in Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce, way far out.
Way far out.
Way
far out.
Like Okeechobee out.
No, not like Okeechobee out, but it was far. Yeah.
Okay.
They had 10 acres. So.
And what did you shoot? A BB gun?
No.
Oh.
A Glock.
A Glock 19?
Yeah. How do you know?
Because it's a girl gun.
You know what?
It is. It's less recoil. I have a Glock 43X. More recoil.
I feel like she wanted me. My friend who showed me, she was an instructor at a gun store or something.
A gun store?
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
I mean,
it's a gun store?
I don't know what else to call them.
I'm gonna go to the gun store today. A shooting range, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I had to think about that for a minute. Yeah. So and plus she was in the military too. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want this so bad, and ever since I've known you, you wanted this so bad. But if you wanted it so bad, how come you're not going after it? Because you don't believe in yourself.
Okay. Yes, that's a problem of mine. But
your self-esteem sucks.
I mean, yeah, this is very true. Unfortunately, it's something that I am very much working on. But also, I would have to do the part-time school because I still have to, work, pay the bills, pay rent, pay my car.
Well, no, that's really the way they did it in New York is when you become a cop, you get paid to go to school. It's called cop school.
Yeah, so, the academy.
when you go to the academy, they pay you. Do they not pay you here in Florida to go to the academy?
I don't
Of course,
believe so.
I know. I do. I do believe they do. Yes,
I don't think they do.
they do. They Google it, for God's sakes. They can. If you go to the academy, they're gonna.
You have to pay for the academy here. In New York, you didn't
I
have
can
to pay.
call a friend of mine. He's
Do
a
it.
cop.
Do it.
And
Is he hot?
he's a good-looking man that is taken up by
Hot.
a wonderful woman. He shops in my store all the time,
So they're hot together then.
and yeah, he's a very nice guy. You might.
You're not calling him?
Have you not met him?
Which one is he?
I think Virginia's met this guy.
Is he the Stewart police dude that comes in?
Yeah, tall dude, has a good tan.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking about someone different.
Yeah, no, he's got a very good tan. It's like this.
He's what? He's cool. Okay, he's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, in my opinion, I really think that you should do what you want to do. So I hated what I did, but of course you have to do what you have to do in order to pay
survive,
your bills.
yeah.
To survive. But I wanted to do this, and I wanted to work for myself. I always wanted to work for myself. I'll never forget back in the day, Jeannie and I had a business on Long Island, and we would throw these advertising flyers out, and people would pay these advertising things. And it was pretty funny because we hit a lot of garbage pails, by the way. But we're driving down the street, and then we're throwing them out. But it was in the wintertime, and so I would roll up the window each time, and she would throw it, and it would hit the window and bounce back and hit her in the head, which I thought was pretty funny. But we have ran over a few garbage cans, and back in the day, those garbage cans were not plastic; they were metal.
Oh,
Yeah. So
how'd your car do after that?
it wasn't my car that got scratched; it was the garbage cans that we had destroyed.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it was fun. And then the mayor called us and told us we weren't allowed to do it anymore. So I went over to the mayor, and I said, "Oh, tell me, why is the penny saver allowed to do it? How much are they paying you?
Who's the
Are you
penny
putting
saver?
Well, you don't know what a penny saver is?
No.
Okay, yeah, forget about you. Okay.
Wait,
So-
wait. Are they like the homeless people?
No, they're not like the homeless people, you dumbass. A penny saver is an advertising pamphlet with probably about 25 pages of really cool stuff that I used to deliver the penny saver to people's houses.
Did you get paid for that?
Yes.
Like a lot? Like a good amount?
It was like being a newspaper guy, and you're throwing the newspapers into people's yards, you know?
Like a newspaper boy?
Right. But I would shove
But you
them-
would do it from a car.
I would shove, no, back then it was in the bicycle. And I would actually shove the penny savers down the sewer. And then I got caught doing that. So I no longer had that job.
How old were you when you did that?
Just up a couple of months ago.
And just
no.
shove them down.
No, I'm only kidding. It wasn't a couple of months ago.
But is this like Chucky? Like
I was like 14 or 13 or something like that.
So you did that with Jeannie when you were 14 or 13?
With Jeannie? No. When I was an adult, when I was doing it that way, we were living in Babylon at the time.
Oh, wow.
We had our own business, advertising.
Your own advertising business?
Yeah, called Long Island Buried Treasures.
Long Island Buried Treasures.
The buried treasures are the treasures of the Long Island area, which are the stores that we perceive to be the best stores, which are treasures.
Oh, wow.
Get it?
Yeah. So that was one time. That was one job you did. I want to hear more. You did director.
Oh,
of
I
engineering.
did
that.
numerous jobs at one time.
Oh, jeez. How?
Well, I was a director of engineering. I did the penny saver, not the penny saver thing, the Long Island Buried Treasures at the same time. Also, while I was director of engineering, then I was a professional clown. I did that as well. And I had to do all those things in order to pay for bills. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm just going to work one job. You know, it's funny because, listen, everybody knows this, and that is my age. When you make $30,000 a year, you always want to make 35. When you make $35,000 a year, you think, oh, if I can just make 40. You make $40,000 a year. If you said, I can do this if I can just make 50, it never works. No matter how much you make, somebody's raising their hand. I'm not going to be able to hear us, so please intervene.
Yes. What is your question? You always wanted to make more money than your parents. Okay. And
How'd that work for you?
how'd that work for you? It didn't. So what did you end up doing since it didn't work?
Nothing.
That sounds nice. I'd be bored out of my mind, but what do I?
Tupperware.
You worked for McDonald's for a little bit?
Apparently, so did Donald Trump.
Did you get free fries? Temp agency. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Very
Donald Trump
temp.
worked where?
No, it was a joke. He was actually handing out French fries during.
Yeah, it was a joke. I've seen that.
Okay. Let's move on
Okay.
to the Jewish sweat lodge.
Oh, gosh.
Now, apparently, there's this sweat lodge that she's going to tonight that is Jewish only.
It's not Jewish only.
You
It is
literally
not.
told me what you told me. It's a Jewish sweat lodge.
Only.
What does that mean?
I just
Do you have to hand a Yenta card in and say, hi, I'm a Yenta?
No. It's
Do you know what a Yenta is? Talk to me.
seriously?
Say it to the microphone.
Do I know? Okay. First of all, it is not just only Jewish people.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
Admit it.
All I said was
You're going to a Jewish sweat lodge. That's what you said to me. Be factual.
But I didn't say only Jews are welcome there. Why?
Well, because I know Jewish people. they kind of frown on the other people to begin with. And you know that. It's true.
No, I don't frown on other people. I love other people.
You hate people.
No, that's not true.
Esther?
Yes, I don't hate people. That hate is such a strong word. I don't hate people.
Okay, you dislike people.
Some.
You
Not all, some.
Wait, babe. You tolerate people.
Okay, well, yes. That
Okay, thank you.
I mean, that's a fact.
So here you are,
Here I am, right now, at this moment in time.
a Yenta, ready to go into the sweat lodge. Is one of the criteria of this sweat lodge is you gossiping and complaining about shit?
No, but knowing me, I'll definitely do it.
So you go into the sweat lodge. Is it just female only?
Female only, yeah.
Okay, so does everybody have no clothes on and everything?
No, you have to wear comfortable clothes. But I honestly don't know what I'm going to have to wear. I don't know what's considered comfortable clothing. So I'm going to call my girlfriend and be like, hey, what are you wearing? And then I'll figure out what to wear from there.
Is there so you're telling me there's a dress code?
Yeah.
In Yentaville doing a Jewish sweat lodge.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody have the Jewish nose that goes to this place?
I have no idea. I don't know. I've never been there. This is my first time ever going to a sweat lodge. So I'm like,
do you have to prove you're Jewish?
No, that's the thing. I think it's just organized by Jewish people. I don't think it's quote unquote a
I need you
sweat lodge.
to swear and promise me that when we were inside the store, you did not say, I'm going to a Jewish sweat lodge tonight.
I did say that.
Right. Thank you.
I did say that.
Thank you, everybody. You heard that. It is factual. She's going to a Jewish sweat lodge. Where is this located?
In Fort Lauderdale. Why are you laughing? I don't understand.
First of all, today is, so you're doing that tonight?
Yes, at 8 p.m.
At 8 p.m.?
I know, I got to rush out of here.
All right, listen to me. 8 p.m. You're going there.
Yes, I should probably be there a little bit earlier because I probably don't know where the hell I'm
going.
But
you don't understand. So you have to work tomorrow.
Yes. Is there a problem?
It's Fort Lauderdale. It's 3 hours away.
Okay, first of all, I moved. We're not going to say where I moved.
We've already said that in last.
Oh, yeah, Palm Beach. So it's an hour away from where I live. It's no big deal.
But you're not going to Palm Beach because you have to go to your friend's house here.
Well, I have to go pick up my dog and then drop off my dog in Palm Beach, feed him, walk him, get ready, and then go to Fort Lauderdale.
To a Jewish sweat lodge.
How many more times do we have to say Jewish sweat? Yeah, whatever.
All right, but they have salt rooms, right?
They do.
Well, not Jewish people, but I'm talking about people in general. The salt rooms where you sit in, you get the salt, the Himalayan salt, the medical
like that
grade
stuff.
salt. Yeah, that's fun. So now,
A salt cave.
and you're going to go now to this Jewish sweat lodge, and they're going to have like matzah balls, and they're going to have matzahs.
No, I wish they had soup and stuff, but like I don't think they have food.
So
I was told that I need to bring like 2 towels, water bottles, and fruit. Why are you laughing?
fruit?
Yeah, like
What kind of Jewish people fruit eat? I mean,
it's
wait,
just
did you
a
hear what I just said?
suggestion.
What kind of Jewish,
People fruit eat? I don't know what that means.
what kind of fruit?
Do Jewish people eat?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like kosher, so I eat whatever I want.
Oh, is your family kosher?
No. What?
Do you have to go in there with a beanie?
No. And I'm probably going to put my hair up because, as you can see, I have long hair. And like, I don't want there to be sweat all over my hair. So maybe like a ponytail or like a bun or something.
You're going to wear a bun. Bun.
Maybe a ponytail.
So
maybe like a
we
high
have
ponytail.
a podcast on a bun, okay? Actually, it's God, am I old? All right, so the podcast on the bun is right on the podcast, and you can actually see the podcast by going to psychicandthegenie.com, the word psychic, and the letter N, the word the, and the word genie, GENIE.com. And you can click on more videos, and that'll take you right to our podcast. And there is one all about wearing a bun. And that also is the bun hairstyle. It's based right here. The bun hairstyle. Okay? It's right. It's literally right there. No, it's
he
about the
hot?
bun hairstyle. Okay, so I'm not lying. I have a podcast based on the bun. So you're going to be at a Jewish sweat lodge in a bun. That is like really a man catcher. Yeah, they're probably going to. So you're going to get there. You're not going to get home until like 1 a.m.
No, I doubt it's like a 4-hour thing.
How long do you sit in a sweat lodge?
I have no idea.
And what good does
like
this?
all
Does this just like to get all the toxins out of your
I
body?
have no idea. Hopefully, like it'll make me lose weight though. That'd be pretty cool.
That's not going to make you lose weight.
Oh, okay. I'm
But
excited.
I don't understand why. So you're going to a sweat lodge
I'm going. Yeah.
organized by a Jewish
I don't know.
humans,
Yeah, I guess.
and you don't even know what it is?
Not really. I'll probably call my friend like,
Did you say, "Hey, by the way, I'm looking to, I'll go, but can you give me a heads up what this thing is?"
I mean, my friend invited me and, I've never been. So I'm like, okay, cool.
So next week, I really need you to tell me
Okay.
if it's just a bunch of Jewish women sitting around in towels,
Sweating.
sweating
Okay.
and talking about like Jewish things.
I don't even know what Jewish things are. Like,
Oh, like how do you butter your matzah?
I put a lot of butter on my matzah.
I know. The
Toast
matzahs,
matzah.
I don't know if they're small now, but they used to be big square ones.
Yeah, they're still big square ones.
Okay.
Yeah. Had it at Passover dinner.
My mother loved matzah. My mother was Jewish.
So
So,
that means you're Jewish.
yes, 40%. But I'm really American.
Oh, yeah. Do you celebrate Jewish holidays?
I do not,
Okay.
just like you don't.
Who said I don't celebrate?
I did.
True. I went to my mom's house for my parents' house last
No, wait. That's just going
October.
to temple and stuff.
No, it's last September.
When's the last time you went to temple?
Jeez, last time someone died, probably.
Right, my point. Okay, so, if you're
I can't even tell.
going to be, so Jewish is one of the rare things here. Jewish, believe it or not, I Googled this. I actually looked it up.
Oh, you Googled it.
I did.
So it must be correct then. Because you looked it up.
I also did AI, and I asked it that question as well. And Jewish is a religion and a nationality.
I did not know that. I thought Israeli was a nationality.
No, it is actually both.
Wow, this is new.
So I didn't know there was a Jew land. So
Jew land?
well, it has to be a nationality and a religion. So it's got to be Jew land, right? Where else would it be?
Israel?
That's the nationality then, isn't it? Or a religion. Israelis are Israel. They're Israelis.
Yeah.
They're not Jewish.
Yeah, they are.
That's the religion.
Yeah, that's
So
their religion.
they're
Yeah.
Israeli.
Yeah.
Their religion is Jewish.
Yeah, but there's no home that says, what do you call it?
Jewland.
Jewland? Yeah, no. I mean, Israel is considered Jewland.
Is it?
Yes.
Can you do me a favor? I'll Google it on here because I'm on here. Okay.
It's considered Jewland. I love how he's going to.
No, I'm not going to even do that.
Oh, okay. So what are you going to do?
I'm actually going to find. Is the Jewish religion also a nationality? So check it out. This is fun. Because this one states no. So it changes every day, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Depends who's typing it. Jewish religion and nationality are distinct, although often intertwined. The Judaism is a religion. Jewish people can also be considered big word for me.
No religious group.
Ethno-religion.
I don't know what that
What does that mean?
I have no idea. Actually, just
meaning their identity is shaped by both their religion beliefs and shared culture and historical heritage. Nationality, on the other hand, refers to citizenship in a particular country. Judaism is a system of beliefs, practices by a Jewish sweat lodge.
You just made that part up. You just added that part in. Practices by Jewish. You just added that. Come on. Even I know that.
I did add it in.
You don't need to be psychic to know that.
I did it.
And I am psychic.
You're psycho.
You could be both. You can be both. Do you consider yourself psychic and psycho?
I am not psycho. I am actually a very normal human being.
Then what makes me not a normal human being?
Shall I go into the list of things?
I mean, give me the top three. Top three.
I don't think you want me to do that right now. I'll tell you off the air.
Oh, gosh. Okay, cool. Can you give me a reading off the air, too?
No.
Come on, man.
No, you don't need a reading.
Yes, I do.
No, how about maybe you just are in a perfect place right now?
Doesn't feel
When you
that
go to
way.
bed, there's nobody there. So it's like you're in a perfect place. Just say you're in a perfect place.
I'm in a perfect place.
Okay, good. You're done. With that, we're going to go now. I want everybody to say goodbye. You have a nice day. We'll see you next week, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.